HBAR has been experiencing a manic run with NFTs, memes, everything across the board with the ecosystem just going crazy. And one of the craziest success stories, if not the biggest one right now, and I hope everybody's listening here in HBAR, has got to be the one and only 𝐑𝐞𝐿 Club. They've been going crazy. Their HBAR price has been going parabolic. I've been covering them in a 10-day forever mint challenge. I actually went ahead and abducted the founder of 𝐑𝐞𝐿 Club, Will, here, to give us the alpha, the scoop. Because there's one thing hearing it from me, the guy who just yaps at his keyboard and just is probably insane. And there's another thing listening to the guy that's actually moving the needle forward for HBAR. So I got Will here, and he's going to go ahead and spill it all for us. So how you doing, buddy?
Hey, Jesus, I'm great. Thanks for having me on. It's exciting to come on and talk about.
Yeah, true honor, true honor. So the elephant in the room, you guys are doing 1 million HBAR a day right now. How the hell did this happen? Like, why are there so many people trading on HBAR right now?
Man, it's a great question. So for any of your listeners that aren't aware about what the Forever Mint is, essentially we've created a mechanic where people can mint perpetually. So anytime someone comes into the ecosystem, notices our project, which is the largest NFT community on Hedera, the value proposition of being able to jump in and mint a random NFT from our collection is pretty exciting. So it's driving a lot of volume, a lot of excitement, and yeah, happy to jump in and answer any questions you have about how the Forever Mint works.
So you're telling me everybody's throwing their money at HBAR to mint a random NFT. But like, why right. Your NFT versus like a random NFT on Base or some other chain?
I mean, I'm biased. I like to think that we do have a special collection. Our project we took an approach of minting out over a couple years. So we took a slow batch mint process, and so we really put tons of time into the art and the collection. So we think it's a really catchy collection that gets people's eyes. They enjoy collecting them. But beyond that, again, this value proposition of being able to mint, like we've noticed since we launched this Forever Mint, if I go on a space before we had this live, telling people, hey, we have this great collection on Hedera, come over and buy one on a marketplace, people are much less interested in saying, yeah, I'm going to go buy someone else's NFT on the open marketplace, as they are in, I can go mint a random ghost from your collection. So we're just seeing tons of excitement, tons of interest. It's growing. And then we're getting exposed. The exposure has been fun. I think that excitement draws more people talking about it, and folks like you shedding light on it has just been amazing. So it's a lot of fun right now, and we're enjoying it.
So it's a psychological thing. It's minted out, but we want to make people feel like it hasn't minted out, right? So we do the Forever Mint thing. Random odds, and this has just caught fire. This is interesting because for the longest time, humans just love gambling their life savings away. We know that. That's why meme coins exist in the first place. But now we have it in that NFT space. That's exactly what you're doing. You're just introducing that to NFTs, and people have just caught this like fire. How's the broader HBAR community reacting to this? Like, is it right now just people from HBAR? Are you noticing people from other chains? Like, what's the adoption curve here? Are we still early? Like, are we late? Should I tell my mom to buy this? What's going on here?
Yeah, we would welcome Jesus's mom as one of the newest members.
An honorary member,
for sure. It would be awesome. I mean the HBAR community is incredible. Like, they've been super supportive. They've just been incredible in terms of helping us spread the word, promoting it. We've started to see a big inflow of people from other chains, which is what's exciting. It's kind of turning heads, it's catching on. I think this last week, many of the days, our volume we would have put us as the #1 project on Solana or Base. We still haven't quite caught Ethereum yet, but we're working on it. But running those kind of numbers, it does turn heads. So people are starting to notice. They're coming in, they're jumping in, they're getting involved, which is good to see.
And would you say a lot of that is just dormant liquidity in HBAR? Like, HBAR has just been waiting for that moment to shine, and finally something has been created to get that liquidity on chain. Like, do you think this is going to be a broader meta, or is it just a 𝐑𝐞𝐿 meta right now?
So both good questions. I think that there is, like, to me, one of the exciting things about HBAR is that a lot of the holders, they just have it either on exchanges or a ledger. There's that HBAR is sitting in there. And so there's a lot of liquidity that can come into this space, both DeFi and just retail in general. So that's pretty exciting. I have completely blanked on the second part of your question, so I apologize. But yeah, in terms of the liquidity, like that is an exciting. There's a lot of space for growth. And oh yeah, so in terms of like why they're actually getting involved, I do think that like again, just the fun of like, to me, like the reason we invented and created the Forever Mint is for us, like we like these, digital collectibles as similar to traditional, trading cards. And half of the fun of that is the ability to open a pack. You have Pokemon cards.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like I have a gambling addiction too right now. Like.
Yeah, I get. I mean, like we like to say it's collecting and it's classy. It's not gambling, but no. So I mean, like with Pokemon cards, can you imagine if Pokemon cards ever got to the point where they said, okay, that's the last pack. You can never open a pack again. Now it's all buying from each other. It wouldn't be around anymore. Like people would eventually settle on the ones that they liked. The prices would get to a point where no one was interested in buying from someone else. And so that ability to constantly open a pack, that excitement and the joy you get from seeing which one is the one that I get, which is the card that I open. We wanted to introduce that into an NFT collection, and we've done it. And I can go into how the mechanics work and how it can continue perpetually without diluting supply. But I think that adding that to an NFT is showing that, man, this can really bring a lot of attention and excitement, and it shows that then you can continue bringing in like people that are enjoying the idea of, I want to collect, but I want to collect in a way where I can have fun and open a pack and see what I get.
We're riding on this Pokemon hype, which I agree. I have Pokemon cards, so I understand. But riding on hype, I mean, HBAR is up, 800% this year. You guys started the project, in 2022, 2021? I think I remember hearing about you in like late 2022. When were the Dead Pixels created?
Yeah, so we announced it in late 2021.
Okay.
We announced that we were starting to build the project, and then we launched the project in early 2022. And so yeah, we've been at it for quite some years now. And like I mentioned, the process that we took was slow batchment because it was a smaller ecosystem at the time. We did slow batchment over time, and that really helped build this like organic community that's been a big part of our success. Like even through the hard times with NFTs, like our community was there every day. So that's a big part of now that energy is shifting. Having that slow build organic community has been a big advantage for us. It's a boon for the ecosystem.
And why did you decide to build on HBAR versus any other chain out there?
Yeah, it's a great question. I mean, to us, like, we're biased as HBAR bag holders. We think there's
show your bags. This is the perfect channel to do it.
Yeah. I mean, like we were drawn to the value proposition of Hedera. We think that it has a really bright future, and to us, we like upside. And so we thought we want to build a massive brand that has a really good future, and we wanted to build that organic community. And so to us, we thought it was a no-brainer to say, you know what, we think this ecosystem is going places. Let's build a really solid brand and really get a foothold here, so that when things continue to grow, we'll be in a really good position to just grow with it. And so that's what we've done. And now that Hedera is really starting to break out, it feels more and more people are taking notice of the potential it has. We're excited. We feel the collection is in a really good spot to see a lot of growth.
And are there any future plans other than the Forever Mint for the Dead Pixels? Because I think a lot of people are just thinking about the collection as just, a thing you collect and do nothing with. Is there a purpose for the NFT? Or are people going to be using them in the future for anything?
So, I mean, our belief is that like the biggest value proposition for digital collectibles right now is trying to keep it simple and keep the focus on this is art. Yeah. These are digital collectibles, and you're creating a community and a brand around that. With that said, we're an ambitious team. Like we really want to create a global brand here. So, we're always working on what we're trying to accomplish next. Nothing that I'm able to share right now, but hopefully soon I'll be able to come back on and we can talk about another thing later.
You can't give us anything, not even a little nugget. Like
no,
a little nugget.
I mean what I will say is we're still right now we're hyper focused on the Forever Mint because that's just driving.
Because you're getting a ton of sales. Yeah, that makes sense.
It's great. So what I will say is there are some fun things coming out around the Forever Mint that we'll be able to look forward to.
All right. You're doubling down on it. I get it.
We're tight-lipped. We're tight-lipped around here. Our motto tends to be like
we'll get it out of him eventually.
Yeah, our community hates us. We don't kind of hype things until we're literally like ready to announce it. So we'll announce things when it's ready. Other than that, we would.
So you do it how HBAR does it, essentially.
Yeah, that's right.
You copied their marketing.
We're following the mold.
All right, that's fair enough. And I guess the last question before you get you out of here. HBAR price prediction for 2025.
Oh, jeez.
You have to give one. We're forcing you
All
here.
right. Before the end of 2025.
Before the end of this year.
All right. I will say that like I'm a hopeless optimistic, and I am. If you started a
YouTube channel like me and you were yapping,
you should not follow my channel because I do not know anything about this. Follow Jesus, but do not subscribe to my channel. I'm hopefully optimistic that by the end of this year, we're going to get to pushing past that 50-cent mark and then going into 2026.
But you're very conservative.
Oh, no, I'm conservative for like just up until the end of this year. I think 2026 is something that our team is really excited about. We think Hedera could be in a position to be in an exciting spot, and then again, like Dead Pixels, we're hoping to ride that wave. So yeah, no, I mean 2025, I'm still optimistic, but I think going 2026,
the elongated bull run is what you're predicting.
To me, that's going to be an interesting year, and I think with NFTs, what we saw from last cycle is when crypto tops, that's when, at least for last cycle, that's when NFTs started to really gain attention. So. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Again,
so what do you
do not subscribe. Do not subscribe to my YouTube channel because you don't want to take my predictions. I am not good at this.
So 50 cents 1 year, $2, $73, $10,000 XRP, like
send it all, Jesus.
Send it all, baby. All we know is the line's gonna go up, hopefully. Fingers crossed. If everything goes well, macro conditions. It was a pleasure to have you, Will. Hopefully
thanks for having me on.
We come on and everything's just much higher in the future. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, looking forward to being back, and thanks for having me on.
All right, boys. See you later. Peace out.